And we're live on YouTube. I'm going to wait a little while. Some more action starts to do announcements. A couple of things. And we're live on YouTube. I'm going to wait a little while. Some more action starts to do announcements. A couple of things. And we're live on YouTube. I'm going to wait a little while. Some more action starts to do announcements. A couple of things. And we're live on YouTube. I'm going to wait a little while. Oh, it's the phone. It's the phone doing it. Oh, it's the phone. It's the phone doing it. No, it's not. Oh, it's the phone. I don't know where it's coming from. Everything's closed. I don't know where it's coming from. Everything's closed. Okay, found it. Found it, folks. It was the computer that was doing it. Sorry for the. I get this serious look on my face. Yeah, we're live and there's no action. Like I said, I got a few things to say before we start. Our other YouTube attraction back up here. Another David Collins live show. We'll just wait until a guest. It's feeling warm in here. I'm going to turn the air down a degree. What's happened here? I guess. There's nobody there yet. Ah! We're live, we're live, we're live. Make the comments big. Not that big. No activity yet. Ooh, a comment. We have somebody watching. Go back over. Chopper Rule. How are you doing this morning? I could say that. It is morning. Somebody's watching. Yeah, I figured you were getting ready for work that early in the morning. It's good to see you. You work on Saturday. Okay. We're getting started here. Well, I appreciate that, but I understand that. We'll see what happens. I don't quite understand what you're saying, Chopper. Is that a channel that you're going to? Oh, okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Well, we'll nab a victim. I mean, a viewer. I hope there isn't everyone. Thank you, Chopper. I guess there will be. JC, good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll wait until we get a little more action going here. Oh, K&D scrapping. Hello, K&D. How did I miss you? Because Chopper Rule. Oh, okay. Well, we got a little start here. The thumbnail was my new acquisition to the family. This is a Olin uh, hand lantern. That's a sealed beam lantern. And the thing of it is Olin is a company that made marine products like flares and your flare gun and your safety stuff that goes in your boat. And Olin also made Q-beam, and I think Q-beam is still in production, and you can even get a rechargeable Q-beam now. But their big business is lighting and safety items. But they made a thing called Q-beam. I don't know if it's still popular. You just plug it in your cigarette lighter and you have a spotlight, you know, if you're broken, if you need to search for somebody in the woods or something. I figured that was a rarity. I bid $5 on it and it went right up to $23, and I went ahead and put the last bid in and won it. It was somebody else on the auction realized what it was. They were either a dealer or a collector. But it works. You know, all that was wrong with it was that for some odd reason, I think somebody at one point tried to replace the seal beam lamp in it, and it wasn't hooked up, and the lamp itself was just loose inside it wasn't secure. So it just looks like somebody couldn't get it to work and just threw it in there and said, oh, well, put it up and see what we can do with it. And then it either got found. A lot of this stuff that I collect winds up in estate sales, I've noticed. And a lot of them are dealers that sell items that are valuable, or they think are valuable, like old keychains, you know, any memorabilia that the person that is no longer with us owned. And I hope this doesn't turn out to be too boring or anything, but usually we get a lively panel up here. It may be just something as simple as changing the time. 4 o'clock does seem early to me to start a live stream. I did it. I stepped in where Tom Noble dropped off when he decided to stop doing his live streams. So I'm open to input. I know this is my show. I can do what I want to, but I figure I would be more comfortable with starting the stream at 5 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock because, you know, I'm in the Eastern time zone, and a lot of people are working right now. And my show, if I end the show at 6 o'clock, or we just shoot for 6 o'clock as a time to end it, then people are just getting home from work. I mean, they're just changing their clothes or getting their coffee or whatever they do in the evening. It's if there's another hour in there to kind of chat, and I might tinker with changing it to 4:30, but Tom Noble's in Pacific time, and I want Tom to be a big part of this show when he can be. Now, I just watched, he just did a great video on the console, and he was using the Shandog, hello. He was using the resin, the combination of the resin and the Bondo. And from what it appeared in the video, it's going together nicely. The Camaro is just great. Tom's doing great with breaking it up down into pieces. You know, he could jump in the Camaro today and drive it out of the driveway. The Camaro is completely drivable, completely functional. But yet he keeps little projects going on. You know, he's got the major projects done on it, you know, the painting it and all that. And now he can focus. You know, I had that impression at first too. How Tom Noble was patient. I mean, he's doing all this hard work, but I still struggle with the sense that it's not getting it done. It's the fun of doing it, the fun of being creative. You know, let's try this, and then, if this doesn't work, you know, we'll tear it down and start again. I'm telling you, I just don't. Tom Noble amazes the heck out of me. How does he keep, stuff like that? I'm not patient like that. Stuff like that would totally frustrate me. But yet, watching him work is a lesson in life. He's older than I am. When you have older people, please take this advice. Listen, don't try to analyze what they're telling you. They have lived a lifetime and they live longer than you. And I'm not saying that older people give good advice all the time, but listen to them, because later you will remember that and you'll regret, well, why didn't I listen to that person? If there's anything I can pass on to the world, is that bit of advice, is to listen to your elders. When I was 20 years old, yes, I thought I was smarter than everybody else. I thought I had the answer to everything. When I got in my 50s, I started to realize, well, maybe I don't have the answer to everything. Maybe I ought to start listening. But then it was too late. Like my father had already passed away. I lived away from my father for 5 years, so I didn't even see my father for 5 years. And that's something not to go into in the show. My father and I had a great relationship. It had something to do with my my wife's family. And this is not the place, but it was. If I were to have it done, I would have loved to have figured out a way to make it work. But I seem to have a good relationship with the rest of my family. My mother's still living. And I call her on the telephone. I talk to her on the phone, and I let her do most of the talking. Now, my mother's almost 80. And I don't agree with everything. My mother will argue with you. She will. If you told her the sky was blue, she'd say, oh, well, that's chartreuse. That sky's periwinkle. And it's like, it's not enough to frustrate you. Okay, periwinkle and blue are close enough. Obviously. But one day I didn't argue with her. We just had I told her it was raining. She said it wasn't raining. There's a creek out in front of her, across from her house. There's some property. And when it starts to rain, a little mild rain, you see little waves on the creek, little ripples on the water. And I said, Mom, it's raining. And, oh, no, it's not. And then 5 minutes later, the sky fell. It started raining like you wouldn't believe. And, I just kind of let it go because, my mother's lived on that creek for 40 years. And if she hasn't, closer to 50 years, and if she hasn't figured out how to predict the weather and practically in her own front yard, that's the got to be right stubborn thing going on there. I couldn't live with my mother. My mother would drive me totally out of my mind. I would be in an institution. Well, we'll see how it goes. Thinking about changing start time to 4:30. I don't want to throw in changes, and I want to see Tom Noble to be an anchor of this show. I want it to be for his entertainment because he put 2 years into it. And like I said, I respect Tom because, first of all, he's older than I am, even if he's only, well, no, he's 15 years older than I am. So he's not quite old enough to be my parent, but yet he's too old to be a older sibling. So he falls pretty much in the gray area there. But I've noticed several times he's run a little late. He was on the way home from this or that, so maybe 4:30 is a better time. It's not like Tom has decided to hold 2-hour block of his time. But I haven't been into you know, Tom said there was a prep time. And I think that came about when he started doing his work in the garage.
For a while. I did most of the fighting, but yeah. Yeah. Pirate, you go.
Oh, I'm on the boat, tuna fishing.
You're on the boat.
Yeah, tuna. No, they're on that side.
So when are you going to bring it home? Because I love
Hey,
it.
David.
Hello.
That's
Look at
my
this.
son and my brother and my buddy.
YouTube from the boat.
What's that, Dave?
Oh, you're way out there.
Yeah, we're over
trying
by
to get-
hospital. Hey,
I'm trying to get you showcased. You're showcased, but I'm trying to get it showcased on my screen.
oh. There you go. Yeah, we're down by the Cape. We had 3 tuna bites, but they got away. Too bad.
But they always say that. It got away. Oh, I caught the big one, but it got away.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I ain't gonna be able to hear you, so I'll get my hold of you.
Well, I'm going to take you off the showcase, but that is beautiful. Beautiful.
There it is. All right, man, I'll grab you.
Oh, we lost him. It's amazing. He had enough of a signal out there to come on the show. Shandog, that's wonderful. It's just fucking wonderful. Thank you for that. So I want to hear input. Start a little survey here. What do you think of 4:30? You Dizzy did his at 4:30. You Dizzy did it on a Saturday. I'm doing mine on a Friday. I'm getting started, so you just kind of might have to do some tweaking, little adjustments here and there. Yeah, I guess we'll just hang out here. The David Collins Show. David Collins Live. I don't know how you can analyze and edit your own video when you're live. Guess you can edit it as you go. It's interesting to be out on a fishing boat like that and pick up a cell service from a tower somewhere out there in the blue. Come on, tell me, how do you do that? That just tells you how our technology is advanced. Yeah, I am old school. I admit it, you know. Now, one of the companies is coming out with this module-like thing you just plug into one of your outlets. It's one of the wireless phone companies, and it provides your internet. And I'm going, I'm a little skeptical. If it's not any better than the internet connection I get on my phone, why would I want it for my home? So they've got work to do. If they're going to provide a product like that and make it a viable, successful product, they got work to do on that. Hello. Anybody out there? If you're not required to participate, just put something in the comment. Say, I'm there, you know. And I already have 3 likes, so if you haven't clicked the like button, click the like button. Yeah, you can click the thumb down button if you wanted to too, because on YouTube, if you get a thumb down, you know you're doing something right. You're doing something right if somebody hit the thumb down. So I tell you what, I would not get my feelings hurt over a thumbs down. Now, if somebody hit it 50 times, yeah, I'd get K&D scrapping. You're still here with us. All righty. Cheers to you, K&D. You're not expected to participate. If you got me on, you know, wonderful. You're spending some time, hopefully some quality time on a Friday afternoon. But anyhow, when I get some more guests on here, I'm going to discuss maybe moving the time to 4:30. I want to conclude, Tom. The last 2 or 3 times, we've not been doing this very long, but the last 2 or 3 times, Tom's been coming home from a road trip, or, you know, he's, kind of been doing his chores, which he should do his chores. So he's my West Coast contingent. You're working in the garage too. Okay, great. I like to get Monica up here every now and then. I love it that she's goofing off at work. She can't come up live, but at least she's goofing off. She can do it when the boss ain't watching. Working in the garage, there's nothing wrong with that. When we get to 5 o'clock Eastern time, I'll take a poll. 4:30. We only, not playing favorites in the YouTube part of the audience, but let's run that by Tom. And maybe by the end of the stream, it will be decided. It would work better for me to shift it a little later in the evening. That'll give me some time to get some stuff done around the house. And And I'd like to know why you Dizzy picked 4:30 as his start time. We don't have to go into any details. All you Dizzy could say is, it's convenient, or I picked that time, or I like that time. But you Dizzy's started all this, at least in my opinion. He was the inspiration for live shows on YouTube. I mean, you Dizzy's show was the first show, and was a faithful viewer and participant in that as long as he did it. And Hazy Days took it over for a little while, and then Tom took it over after him, I guess. I appreciate Tom doing that. I'm eavesdropping on the neighbor. Wonder if we stuck the camera out there and told him, hello, you're live on YouTube. I don't think I'd do that to him. He's a real nice guy. He's a very well-known artist in our community. He has paintings in galleries for sale. And like a typical artist, he doesn't sell many of the paintings. But when he does, it's like, oh, happy day, I sold a painting. He had a job lead on a coffee shop. And where I live, coffee shops are popular. I mean, there's one coffee shop at every square mile of this place. Well, not every. There's a coffee shop on every block in this neighborhood. Yeah, you're in the same area as Dizzy. Yeah, so you're in the same zip code, probably the same zip code. I'm thinking zip code because the mailman just happened to notice the mailman truck. The last few deliveries we got were from female mail carriers, and one of them was actually a regular female. She said, "Oh, did you live downstairs?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, you moved up here?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm the same person." She said, "Are you the same person that lived downstairs?" I'm kind of glad to see regulars coming through here again. I think they're using my neighborhood for training purposes. So you never know what to expect from your mail carrier. You'll find your mail thrown on the front porch, or it would all be neatly put in your mailbox, or they'll stuff it underneath your door. They'll do whatever they feel like. Yeah, right. I'm in the Eastern, Dizzy's Eastern time, same as mine. Well, I've kind of held off. Hazy Days put an interesting video up. Was that Hazy's video? No, that's not Hazy Days. I have an important announcement. Let me investigate this. Now, if you're in the basement, just hang on. I thought this was the one about the. No, that's not Hazy. Let's see. Let me try something here. Oh, I lost it. Just bear with me, guys. No, I don't want to show more. I want to see my notifications here. Hazy Days was walking his dog and he found a box, a metal box. Pardon the top of my head. I'm trying to find a command on my, there we go. So let me stick this link in the description here. That Hazy Days found a metal box on his walk with his dog. And he's going to hold it for 30 days. And he said it had something valuable in it. And he looked in the box and he didn't tell us what was in there. So either he's going to make another video and reveal what's in the box. But anyhow, it's 3-minute long video. I found it quite odd. I mean, it was good entertainment anyway. I admire Hazy. He seems to have an intelligence way above, exhibits intelligence way above, you know. He jumps around. He gets into he gets interested in something and he's interested in it for a while. And he kind of sets that aside and he finds something else he's interested in. That's great. That's a great thing. He's dedicated to his family. He's dedicated to his children. Like to see more of Jack. Jack's a good kid. He seems to be responsible and right on top of things. I'm going to refresh because maybe that's why I only have 3 likes. We'll see what happens. Oh, 3 likes. And no unlikes. That's a good sign. So we're moving right along, traveling along here. Moving right along, singing a song, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. I kind of wish I was. I know Chopper Rule is. I'd like to get on a plane. I'm getting on a plane and go to Australia and spend a week there. And I'd take my bathing suit with me and freeze to death every minute there. People in Australia might arrest me. What are you doing walking down the middle of the street in a Speedo? Yeah, some of these other countries, they have laws. You might get arrested for exposure. I don't know if they have a lot of them in Australia, but I like to, if Mark's any indication, they have a lot of human-powered vehicles over there. And watching Mark work, he builds vehicles and he actually rides these vehicles. You don't see somebody on a 3-wheel bicycle here, which would no longer make it a bicycle. It'd be a tricycle. Yeah, we're not too far away from our vote, whether we do the 4:30 slot. Looks like we're not going to have a quorum on that one. Nah, where I am, we're having a sort of a mini heat wave. It doesn't really get. It's 91 degrees like right now. But we had pretty warm over the week. 93 yesterday, and it said it felt like 99 degrees. Oh, you can send a new message, huh? Looking at Hangouts here. How can you message someone if you... Well, we'll hang out here for another hour. Looked like Jimmy C streamed pretty late last night. It says that he streamed 10 hours ago. Now, he's probably not 10 hours. God. I bet you he's still... I bet you he hasn't waked up. He hasn't waked up yet. Now I'm just looking at videos that are recommended for me to watch. I'm just hanging out. It's like a slow night here. I bet you that's going to be the thumbnail for the video. No, actually I don't let Google pick it up, but thumbnail it, but sometimes when you hover over it with your mouse, I might rearrange the setup next week. Just thinking out loud here. Make it look more like a living room rather than sitting in front of a computer. Usually Ian hops on here about now. Why did the comments get those big things? Oh, the comments have big round things. Yes, I'm crazy. I am crazy. Yeah, getting another beer. That'll ensure somebody comes on. Here we go. Maybe I ought to put some music on. Old JT Shandog's on the boat. He's fishing. Yeah, he was on here a little while and we lost I think he lost yeah. What am I trying to say? He had service for a little while and then he lost service out there in the middle of the fucking water somewhere. He said where he was. He was off the coast of something. I wonder if they're having the same heat wave up there that they are down here. Tom said he might drop in a little later. I just happened to check my email and he said he was basically out on errands. I haven't seen Ian Matthews. I bet you he has me on in the shed. Nah, he's not in the shed. Not in the shed unless it's a really hot night. And it was a really hot day and he decided to work out there at night when it was cooler, in the evening. Better check the basement. Somebody's probably waiting down there. Nope, nobody in the basement. If you're in the basement, put a comment in. If you get left in there, I got some chips and some sodas and stuff down there in the basement. You know, it's cool in the basement. The heat wave. Maybe we ought to do the show in the basement. We'll do that one week. Maybe we could use the washer and dryer as the backdrop. Or about the furnace. How about the water heater? The water heater in the backdrop. The fuse box. Hey, we could put the electrical panel in the backdrop. Make it really look like a basement. I'm glad to see you're still here, JT. I haven't had one like this. Just looking at my email. This is a weird one. Never had one happen like this. And we're waiting alone. I don't have anything to say. Live on YouTube. This is weird. It's dead air. Oh, somebody will come back and watch this and go, what was it? What was that guy doing? Ooh, my ugly face. What those little round things are. That's weird. Like, yeah, I'm weird. Well, we're going to hang out for Tom. He did send me an email saying he'd check in. It's weird. Weird. Yeah, we got 45 minutes to go. We're going to call it. I'm going to send Tom a quick text. I don't think anybody's watching anyway. Yeah, I sent Tom a text. I don't think anything happened. JT still said, hi, Shandog. Oh, a comment. Shandog. There's Tom. Tom's out and about. Oh, you're back home? Well, disregard the text. I was thinking I'd end it at 6, but if things should happen to pick up, I'm saying if. Earlier, I put on a poll if we should start at 4:30, but I was just thinking that it would put the UK contingent out. That I haven't seen anybody from over there show up. I haven't seen Johnny Five or Ian Matthews or Hazy. Maybe you would know how to do this. I'd like to figure out a way to expand my Hangout. And I know that's email based. And tonight would probably not be the good night to do it because there's not been that much activity. Yeah, I know you did. That text was just a check because I was thinking about ending it at 6 o'clock. Yeah. But tonight's probably not the night because there's not been activity, but I will put my email address in the comments and then leave it up there long enough so that you could put an invite in for my Hangout group. And I'm not being clingy for friends or anything like that, but I send out the links at about 3 o'clock. I can send them out sooner, but I'm not really sure how StreamYard does it. They only limit you to 20 hours a month. And apparently YouTube does not send out the notification until you enter the studio. And when you enter the studio, I don't know if that's when the clock starts ticking. When your 20 hours are going to go up. And if anybody knows a secret to how to make it, YouTube send the notification out earlier. I'd like it. But I do use Hangouts to invite. Well, if you're not a Hangouts subscriber or whatever, I could use email, I could use Facebook, I can use Twitter. Well, Tom, that's all right. If you want to jump up, that's fine. We're talking about another 30 minutes, but if you want to, that's fine. And if the discussion gets lively, we can go on. I'm not one of those YouTube people that, it's 6 o'clock, it's time to stop, but I understand that. Some of the YouTube producers who have done live streams for a while, I'm sure they have that experience to know that, I need to stop this. But you have somebody like Jimmy C and friends. He'll let his stream go. He usually has a bunch up there. I'll be honest with you, my work schedule, and if you're watching, my work schedule is such that it's just too late. Too late. I mean, I try to drop in on your Tuesday show, but like last Tuesday, I had something going. I can't remember what it was. It's not like I could just drop in and. Okay, Tom, but don't feel obligated. Like I said, I did put a poll up earlier whether to go ahead and start at 4:30, which would be 1:30 Vegas time. But poll being, well, let me give you a rundown on what happened. We've been real slow this evening. When I first fired it up, Chopper Rule came on. It's like 5 a.m. where he is. And he said, I'm getting ready to go to work. And I said, Chopper, you're going to work on Saturday? He said, yeah, I'd come up if I wasn't going to work. Then K&D Scrapping came on. And I don't know if K&D is still watching, which isn't, well, I appreciate him coming up. Then Shandog, he's out fishing. They're catching tuna. And he said they let 3 of them got away. I said, oh yeah, well, isn't that the story? They got away. But he came up on the panel live from on the boat. And he said where he was on the boat, but he panned around a little bit and it was out there. And he's in New England. He's not far from, he lives in Worcester with Dizzy. So I imagine it's off of one of the islands up there. So it was kind of nice. A nice little discussion. So I guess that's a show. I guess it's an okay show. But, like that could have all been compacted into a 30-minute show. The thought that Shandog would come up for about 5 minutes was impressive. That was great. That made it. So it's worth rewinding and seeing that feature of it. He must have lost signal because he immediately dropped out. He was immediately gone. I don't think he was on there for 5 minutes. I think it was more like 3. But, man, golly. And I'm old enough to still be marveled at technology. He was getting some kind of a signal out on that water. I remember I've been around long enough that I remember the ship to shore, where you actually went on your VHF radio on your boat. There was a channel that you called. It was it was connected to the operator. And the operator could place a call for you to a landline phone. So if you wanted to call somebody on the shore, you went on your VHF radio. It was usually run by the phone company, back when it was AT&T Bell system. But in the 90s, it got privatized, and it was called CCOM or something like that. But anyhow, it was right in the period between using the radio almost exclusively to the mobile phones. And I'm talking about, they were bricks back then. I had one of those phones. I used it on the boat. And I've been around long enough to be with GTE, which is long gone. My first cell carrier was GTE, and I remember it costs $30 a month plus tax. And I'm talking about $4 and change taxes for 30 free minutes. And then when you went over your minutes, it's 25 cents a minute. But I can count on one hand the number of times that I went over the limit on that phone. And then about 2003, I got rid of GTE because it was analog. It was the old phone. So in 2003, I got Sprint. I got like the latest, hottest, greatest phone. And I got 300 minutes instead of 30 on Sprint. And at nighttime, they went to 3,000 minutes. But the big thing, Sprint, was the big push, was that you could send a picture. You could take a picture on your phone and send a picture to a friend or whatever. And it was a staggering, like for 3 months, it was free. But after the 3-month trial period, it was a horrendously staggering $10 extra a month to have a picture phone. God, it's so funny. It's funny how things have, now it's unlimited. And it's like, I'm an old goat, old timer that, no, this is not true. And it's like I've used 800 megabytes of my network on my phone, and that included an update, which was 400 and some megabytes of memory. A lot of these companies are offering you like 2 gigabyte, 3 gigabyte plan, but they say this is unlimited. You know, there's this creepy little, do I really trust when I get my bill, and if I've gone over, what's the limit? You know, it's hard for me to believe there's an unlimited data gigabytes amount. I'd probably be okay on a 2 gig, plan that only had a limit of 2 gigabytes, but they don't offer that plan anymore. All of them are unlimited plans now. And I'm on a special plan because I'm over 55 years old. And then I get another $5 discount because I set up with a company to get auto pay for them to pay my bill automatically every month, which is a lot of my bills. I'm doing the old timey checks. I'm still writing the companies a check. But I've noticed that 2 or 3 reputable big companies I deal with, I do auto pay, because that bill is guaranteed to be the same every month. But you don't want to go, my advice, I think the technology is getting way too far ahead of us. My advice to you, okay, from my experience, is to think about it. You're giving control to a large company like AT&T or T-Mobile or Prudential Insurance or Allstate or whatever you're dealing with, to goof up your daggone checking account. I mean, what if, let's say you're dealing with Allstate, let's say you're having your insurance, your automobile insurance being auto pay from your account. There's several things that can happen to you. Number one is Allstate could have a ransomware or whatever get into their computer. And then your computer will go completely down. Okay. Well, if money doesn't get drawn out of your account, enough to bankrupt you, then you got to deal with the bank. The bank, you have to say it's an unauthorized charge, or deal with the bank's fraud protection program, which is a whole big thing. And then on top of that, let's say that isn't the case. Say it was that Allstate said you were late. And I've seen people at work go through something like this. It wasn't through Allstate. I don't know what company it was. Oh, well, your payment was late. So we're tacking on a late charge, and then we're going to cancel your insurance. It's just like that. And what control do you have over that? So I can think of scenarios that can happen with just going automatic. What if the balance on your account is too low that month and you get an overdraft, and then your bank's going to charge you for overdraft. Then the company you're dealing with, let's say it's Allstate. I'm not picking on Allstate. Let's say it's Allstate or Progressive or the power company or whatever. Oh, well, then you've got all kinds of red flags going with your power company. I just insist on getting a bill in the mail, and I pick a day of the month and pay them all and write them a paper check. And yes, they can scam the check number. They can get into your account. But I think you have better protection. The checkbook, somebody getting your account number off of your checkbook happens every day. You know, it could happen. Nothing's safe anymore. Everybody's watching. I just think the technology, we're getting way too ahead of ourselves with the technology. I could see us moving away from a cash a cash economy, and for one reason. This is the reason. One reason. For safety, money's filthy. Money's dirty. And a lot of these restaurants and department stores and whatever, they offer hands-free. Some banks offer a card that you don't touch anything. You just hold your card near the machine and it does the transaction. Now that sounds scary. But look at this. I'd rather take more of the risk of somebody getting my data than for me to get a disease that's being transmitted, because we're a global society now. And unfortunately, being a global society, the germs can be global. So, it's food for thought there. If you want, where do you want to get your germ? Do you want to get a virus that will kill you? Or do you want your bank account wiped out? I think your bank account being wiped out would be a whole lot easier to cope with than being dead. That's still a philosophical thing. And that's what this is not. And we're not philosophical, political, or anything like that. But my advice is just, consider. You don't need your say, well, okay, I'm going to do it that way. Work it out in your mind. Say, okay, what's the safest route here? I'm not saying any way is a bad way. Okay, that's enough for a soapbox. And what started us on that is getting a signal out in the middle of the ocean on a boat. Come on. I remember having to call in shipped shore to the phone company, and it dearly was expensive. Was it expensive when you consider everything's relative? I haven't looked at no, there's nobody in the basement. Oh, a victim.
A victim? What, me?
That's what I've been calling them all afternoon. Victims.
No. Okay.
No, actually, viewers. That's what I've been calling them all afternoon. Victims.
Uh-oh, we got an echo in here.
Yeah. An echo in the auditorium.
Uh-oh, we got an echo in here.
Yeah.
Trying to see if it's me. Damn. Trying to see if it's me.
You got it on the phone?
Damn.
You got it on the phone?
Trying to see. This didn't. Hey, David, I'm jumping back out. I'll come back in.
Yeah, come back in.
Well, heck, I can't even get out. Hold on. We'll just...
Okay. Is that better?
It sounds better.
I think there's a bug in StreamYard today because I had that same problem when I came on.
I don't know.
I'm sure I muted it on YouTube and then I go back. I got two YouTubes up. I had Hazy Days on one YouTube and me on the other YouTube, and I think it was muted on Hazy's and not muted on mine.
Okay. Well, I'm in between Coats Horizon, so I can sit for about 30 minutes. I'll check here in about 20 and see what happens.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
the debate was whether to starting at 4:30.
4:30, 1:30 my time then.
Yeah, be 1:30 your time. Nobody, I didn't get a vote because there's really nobody on here. Shandog was on here for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
And K&D Scrappy.
You got one person watching now, it looks like. Yeah.
That's probably you.
No, I'm on, so it could be me. Yeah. Anyway.
No, it's all right. It's been a slow night. Chopper Rule was on for a few minutes.
Oh, he was. That was damn early in Australia.
5 o'clock.
Damn. Oh, we got two people now.
And he said he would come up but he was getting ready to go to work. And I said, oh, were you going to work on Saturday? Dizzy. Oh my gosh. Let me put the link in there. I got to find it.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
So all I've been doing is working on the console. We're getting close to finished work and painting now. So.
Now when you copy it, this is Google. When you copy the link, it makes a big bunch of daggone letters and it won't let you hit enter. You're blocked. It seems like every link address has to be fed through Google.
Yeah.
Now let me go to Hangouts.
Let me show you something. Hold it. I got to share something real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. on, cancel.
Yeah, take your time because I'm gonna have to do some engineering here.
Okay, well, let's see. Mhm.
I don't know how to get rid of this huge comment.
Yeah, we needed Hazy up for this one. Here, let's see, share
Yeah, just hang on, Tom.
screen. Okay.
Now let's try the link again. Now I got this from another source. Okay, it's gonna work. All right.
There you go. There's a sandwich for Hazy. And actually the caption on top. The caption on top applies. So
all applies.
yeah, if Hazy was on, we could sit or yeah, Hazy was on, we can have fun. But so I'll get rid of that. So yeah, I saw that and I first
okay.
I saw that and I first thought of Hazy.
Well, Hazy put a video up earlier. He took the dog for a walk and he found a metal box.
Mm-hmm.
And has stuff.
Well, he should have just told us, his American people, friends, what was in the box. I mean, it's got to be somebody from
Oh, you've
Wales
seen
that
it.
left it out there. I mean,
Well, there's no way we could identify it in America. It would have to be somebody in UK or wherever
Mhm.
he lives.
I got to get away from this fiberglass. I'm starting to break out again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Hollywood. Well, we're going to go on past 6 o'clock then, I guess.
Uh-oh. Jesus.
I was sitting in the basement saying, does he even realize I'm freaking down here? Does this guy even know?
No, you just
KD,
popped up. I mean, you're.
KD, no, he don't live near me. But he did come here one time, 2 times.
Well, your buddy Shandog. Your buddy Shandog's out fishing. And he came up for about 3 minutes live. He was on the boat out in the middle of the fucking.
Out here catching a halibut for the halibut.
Well, he said they caught 3, but they got away. And I said, oh, yeah, well, they say that.
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say.
Busy, did you see Hazy's sandwich?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, does that fit him?
Oh, fuck. He'd take 2 or 3 of those.
With a tomahawk ribeye sitting on
Like
top.
your shirt, Tom. Fucking that shirt rocks. Listen, Tom.
I haven't worn these in a while.
I'm a man of my word, that first one is still in the box it was shipped in. I never, like I said to you in the beginning, I never opened it.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a man of my word. I said, I'm never opening this, and you mailed me another one to wear, and that one is still in the goddamn box. I never opened it.
And I wore all of them. Actually, these are getting worn out.
Well, you know that whole situation. That was very, very special to me. To be on that shirt, I was damn proud.
Yeah.
And to have it turn into what it did was, that's it. Fuck them, Tom. You know what I mean?
Well, I think. Oh God. Now I can't remember. HH Motorsports. Anthony said it best on it. He sat there and he told me I was dealing with 2 crazy people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the thing is we all seen how it went down. It was like, and then you try to make something up. Yeah. Yeah. We all, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I felt it. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, let's see, who was it? Roger, Fireman 164 calls me up and he says, you got to go on YouTube. You got to go look. He says, you're being land blasted. And I go, what? And so then I went on. I said, well, what the fuck? He gave me permission to make them.
Yep. That's an awesome dude. That dude, He's an awesome guy. The fireman dude. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I love that. I love that guy. You know, what a great, I mean, you meet some people, Tom, in life, but that is one of those golden ones. He's awesome. His daughter, wonderful. You know, it's just, I mean, I'm proud to have met some of them, and you know, to be on that shirt with all these fucking names, dude. For me,
Yeah.
that was, I mean, I didn't even have a shop at that time, Tom. You know, but look, now I do, and because of that, you know, it gave me the, you know, like, okay, this is something, you know.
Yeah.
But
And that's what
they
it,
didn't
that's
like
what,
it like that.
and the thing that totally killed me is that they were constantly telling us that they were going to come out with a new shirt or make new shirts and everything. And it was like, God, I think it had to be 14 months. I kept hearing this, you know, we're going to make a new shirt. We're going to come out. They sent out order blanks to sit there. I filled out order blanks upon order blanks of ordering shirts. Then I sat there and I said, well, these two are dragging their feet, you know, a lot slower than what I do things at. And so then that's when I asked them. And then they gave me permission, and hell yeah. And so then I already had.
And then they never, just to show you, I know, then they never sent you the shirt for the proof, for the thing, you know, you had to get it, somebody else sent it to you.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say who sent it to me, but yeah, somebody else sent me the shirt.
See, I was there, I know, yeah, somebody else had to send it, and that just said it right there, like, wait a minute, that's fucked up, but it is what it is, Tom, and I'm proud to have been on that shirt, and like I said, when I die, it'll still be in the fucking box, and that's
well,
one of
let's
my
see. I made a total of 150 of these, and 150 of them went out. And the gray ones, I think there were a total of 75 of those or 850 of those. One of the two, I can't remember, because all that information was on the old computer and that crashed. So has the hard drives and trying to get stuff off of it. So, but yeah, I thought it was great.
Dave doesn't even know anything we're talking about. He doesn't. Listen, Dave, me and Tom are deep. We go way back.
David, give you a quick rundown on this shirt. It was made by and I'm not going to mention any names or any YouTube channels here or nothing, because it was made by another couple, and the people said that he was the starter of the YouTube Garage Gang. Okay, so I sat there, and it had to be 12, 14 months. They said they're going to make new shirts. They'll put your name on the back of the shirt. Just email me, and they'll put your name on the back of the shirt. If you got it, you had to have a channel, and just be working on something, and they'll go on the shirt. So I sat there and I said, okay. So 12, 14 months later, I sat there and I asked them. I said, can I make the shirt? Apparently you guys are busy. Can I make the shirt? And then they thought about it. And they gave me permission to make the shirt. Well, then I asked for a shirt to proof so I can make it properly and get all the names on the back of it.
Right.
And
like all the originals and the ones he wanted to add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I must have added close to 30 names on the back of this shirt.
Yep.
From people emailing me.
And
so
the first one, that shirt was the first one Kenny was on too, right? Street Rodder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that channel don't even exist no more. It's a different channel, and that's on that shit, you know.
Yeah. So then I finally got another member who had a shirt send it to me, and I made copies, and I started selling them, and it was I always sold what it cost me. I wasn't making any money on none of my shirt deals.
Right.
It was always for the cost. And then this guy came on YouTube, him and his better half, and sat there and started land blasting me from copying and making their shirt without their permission and everything else. And
this is what they said they were mad at, is there were two shirts before that. There was the original shirt, then the people they added, and that's the shirt you got or something, right? It wasn't all the original. Yeah. So, I mean, but that was his to me, that was his obligation to send that to you. You know, and if you had to go somewhere else to get that's all you had to go on was what you got.
Yeah.
So Tom, even to this day, I fucking hold you way up for that, bro. You did the right thing, and I'm proud of my shirt. They can kiss my motherfucking wet ass.
They even sent me a sticker
Oh, fucking right. Look at that.
and gave me permission to make stickers. And I haven't made stickers yet.
Hello, everybody.
Well, Tom, show your sticker again.
Throw the sticker again? Okay.
I was clicked on the wrong button. Yeah. Well, when you get some more of those made, I'd like to have one. So
I'm not making the shirts anymore, and I'm afraid to make the sticker, even though they gave me permission to make the sticker.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Tom.
I mean, too much crap has been said over that already. Oh shit! My dad and his best buddy Jack Falls.
Look at that.
look
Found
on
this
to it.
picture. Okay,
Score.
but yeah, I don't know about making the stickers.
Yeah, that was like a segment in time right there. It passed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just glad
Things
it's all over.
change.
And thanks to Tom, a lot of people don't know the whole thing about those hubcaps, and I don't know if even Tom knows. But for me to possess those both hubcaps, Tom, is it's one of the big things in my life, because what was said about those when they were made, it hit me at a time when I lost my
Jesus
son,
phone.
and those were supposed to be a raffle to raise money and give to me. When what he did was he sold them, and I've never seen a dime. And for me to get those later on in life and hang them on my fucking office wall and look at them every day and say, yeah, fucking right.
So
I
wait,
did.
so hold it. Diz, you ordered some from him and never got them?
No, he made a video on his channel, like when my son Dave passed away, my first son who passed away, Dave Jr. And he said, like, it was sudden. Like we didn't know it was going to happen. You know what I mean? He had kidney failure and passed away. He was a young kid, 27 years old, So he made a video saying that he was going to he brought the hubcaps out before they were done and said, I'm going to take these hubcaps and I'm going to do them up with the skull and everything. He goes, I'm going to raffle them off. And he goes, I'm sending the money to you, Dizzy, for his son. Not that he never had to do that. But when you make a video and say you're going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to be a man and hold
You
yourself
got to be a man
up.
of your word. You got to be a man of your word.
Yeah. And where did you buy them, Tom?
From him.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 25
He never
25 bucks
talked
a
to me
piece.
again. He never talked to me again. They never said a word to me. I never received a cent. So
No,
when
I
I
didn't.
seen you.
You're right. You're right, Dave. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
That's why, to me, it's emotional. When I look at those, I feel strong inside.
Shit,
Like,
if I knew
got
that, I
you.
would have given them. If I knew that, I would have given them to you.
I'm not worried about that. They're hanging on my wall now.
Yeah.
I
didn't.
I should take a picture and send it to him, the cacksacker.
Actually, I think I'm going to go back to in his videos if he still has them up and take a look to see.
Yeah, it was there. I swear to God. Like, I had no idea. And when he said that, I was like, how fucking kind. What a great guy, to do something like that for me. I'm just, a goof here in Worcester. I mean, obviously I was going through a tough time.
Yeah.
And that's why it hurt me so much, because he said that in a time where, I was down, And I don't know.
He brought a little sunshine in a down time, but never followed through with what he was saying.
Yeah, it fucked with me. And then to find out, like, the next time I seen him, you had him. And I'm like, What the fuck? Yeah, I'm fucking in on that raffle. I want to get one of those.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know the whole story. Like I said, if I would have known the whole story, I would have given it to you.
That's why I say always, the world is round, you know, and what goes around comes around, and that is 100% true. That's why every single day, even right now, I'm waiting on a plumber, not even for me. I'm going to let a plumber in my building in another section just to fix a problem because 3 people couldn't get together and do it themselves. My landlord, Glenn, and this pastor at the church can't get together. So I went in there and turned the water off, and I said, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
The water is fucking fecal matter leaking downstairs. That's a health issue. And I'm here to tell you, it's off until I turn it back on, which is when the problem is fixed.
All right, I'll be right back. I got to go check on some rosin.
That's when you call the plumber. If it won't go down, call Brown.
That's right. So I'm waiting on a plumber, and I'll be happy to help anybody I can all the time. That way, it's always round, you know, Dave. And you see, like just from what me and Tom were talking about, he started doing funny things about this shirt first. I should have learned my lesson. But then he said this about the hubcaps, and it fucking threw me for a loop, you know? So I also, Dave, I have one of the original first shirts Tom sent out. In the original box he sent it that I never opened because I told Tom that shirt's so important to me, I don't want to open it and ruin it. And then Tom sent me another shirt so I would wear one. You know, the kindness of fucking people.
And I've always wanted one of those shirts, and the opportunity's gone. But, you know, it's like...
Dave, my name's on the back. Dave, my name is on the back of it, part of the YouTube Garage Gang.
Yeah.
And, you know, that meant a lot to me, you know.
Well, that means a lot because I don't do garage. You know, I got a neighbor, he has a garage, and I help him out a little bit. It's like, I don't do garage on my channel, you know.
At the time, I didn't have one either. I was working out of my basement, and all these things were
But you
going
had,
wrong.
Dizzy, that is so, you had a shop down there. That was so fucking cool. But then you outgrew that shop, you know, and then you got the shop that you have now.
For sure. Yeah.
When I started watching your channel, that's all you had.
Yeah, I did most of my work in the yard. You know, I would drag it outside and work on it outside and see the people. And, you know, I
loved your multicolored picnic table. Every paint project you did on that table.
Yeah, we got rid of that. That's long.
That round metal table that you had out there.
Yeah, I'd put it on it and spray it, whatever it was. So
whatever color it was on that table.
What did we do with that? I ended up painting it green, fixing it, re-welded the leg, and we sold it. Yeah, we gave it to Glenn to sell.
Now, if it was something that I could have shipped to North Carolina, I would had you weld the leg on it and ship to me just the way it was with all the different colors. And I would have made would have put it in my apartment and made something out of it. I mean, not changed anything about it. Just put some chairs around it.
You've been watching.
Look at this. This is a one of a kind.
Have you been watching Musty One's videos?
Yeah, I have.
I didn't see the police car video yet.
No.
You know about it because you just mentioned it. I think I'm working on getting the hat and a door. Okay, I'm trying to get a door in the hat. All right. If I listen, Brian even said he would cut the whole fucking one side of the car off, and so I could fucking mount it on the wall. I was like, I said, if you fucking cut that, I said, if you cut that and you give it to me, I will fucking hang it on. You know, that's a historic vehicle.
Yeah, that's one of a kind.
Agawam Police. Agawam is the home of Six Flags here.
Are you
And-
fucking kidding me?
No, but listen, the story
Oh,
of this
that's
bug,
fine.
the story of this Volkswagen is before Six Flags was there, it was a place called Riverside Amusement Park. And I used to go there all the time. And they had this dirt track race for, you know, cars to race. And that Volkswagen was the pace car,
Damn.
you know? Yeah.
Damn, a Volkswagen was a pace
mean,
car.
I told Musty One, if that was me, although the car's a piece of shit, I would restore it and give it back to the police department. My heart just says that. But I found out he needed parts for his bug, and he's chopping that up, potting it out. He's not even fixing that car. So I was like, I want the hat. I want a fucking door to hang on my fucking wall.
Yeah.
You
So
can
we're
hang it
gonna
right
park-
there behind your couch.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not sure that count is right. It says one watching, and I'm on my phone, and I'm on this, and I know somebody else is watching.
Well, this show has been kind of a slow show tonight.
Well, don't get depressed and don't get feeling down. Some are like that. Sometimes, like right now, everything's opening up. People are going out.
And it's summertime and people are taking vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm chalking it up to. But what the discussion was, whether to make it start at 4:30 instead of at 4 o'clock.
It really doesn't matter. You know, you do it when it's comfortable to you or feasible to you.
Yeah,
And
I
if
know
people-
that, and that's the advice you gave me before. But the one that I'm concerned about is Tom. He did his at
Nice.
1 o'clock, and he did it for a reason.
What?
You started your show at 1 o'clock, and that's sort of the pattern I went on. That was.
Oh, okay.
But if I started at 4:30, would it mess you up? In other words, to be a Southern term, mess you up.
Mess you up.
Don't want mess you up. I didn't see Ian Matthews. I didn't see Johnny Five.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
No, I'm
probably
still
all out.
going to see.
This time they're in bed. 6 o'clock. They're in bed at this time, Dave.
Yeah, I know they are. Looks like I could start it earlier if everybody wants to do that. 1 o'clock's not.
Tom, you're doing a great job on that console. That's coming out really nice.
Yeah.
Here, you want to see it? Hang on. I've been sanding on it.
I took my hat off. A bald head freaks out Jimmy C.
Where's he? Sleeping?
He's
Fucking
probably sleeping because his stream when I started my stream, it said that his ended 10 hours ago. So was on there a while.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
But they had Anthony.
Yeah,
And
look at that. It's coming out nice.
Been doing some sanding.
Oh yeah.
oh wow, that wasn't in your video. So this is the first exposure.
This is the top. This is the tray I want to set my cell phone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's where the shifter is. This opening here will be for any switches or for the power windows and any other thing I need to incorporate. Right in here, let me flip this up like this. Hold on. I'm trying, this is what I just rosined, see?
Yeah, I see it.
And I'm trying to keep my hands out of it. Right here on this panel is where I'm going to put a charging port for my cell phone.
Oh, okay. So you're going to put one of those USB ports in there. Okay.
But yeah, it's getting there. This is the fun part, sanding.
Oh yeah, you'll be doing that for a minute.
Now they have a new USB port. It's called a USB-C port.
Oh yeah.
So I guess those things you get that are an accessory that you have both ports in it probably now. USB-C.
Doing it in such a way that it has room for expansion. If I want to add anything or anything like that, I'll be able to sit there and still disassemble it and add stuff to it if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming out good.
That's coming out real nice. Yeah.
Definitely custom. It's custom.
Well, they make some of those USB ports real nice. They have a LED light around them so you can see where the port is and everything.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll show you. This is what I originally brought, but I don't like it.
Lincoln Street, first responder. Now, Beacon 1.
This is more for an RV or a boat. But this is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh,
You can
Got it upside down. Got it
oh,
upside down. Yeah, that's nice.
there's an on and off switch. Turn it on, turn it off. Then there's an indicator here. Wait. Right there. That sit there and tell you the voltage. This, hold it, wait, go back the other way, Tom. This is a USB port, which has two USB plugs in it.
yeah, you got the USB-C plug in there.
And then
That new one. Yeah.
this one, hold on. That one's for a cigarette lighter adapter.
Yeah, well, they make one for scooters. That's where I'm coming from a scooter. And I can find out where you can get the port.
And the only thing I'm going to use off this is this. Hold on. Is this.
Are you able to
Oh.
use that part without?
Yeah.
So it has a little nut on the back of it that is threaded with a nut on the back of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yep.
So are you just going to get that part and send the whole rest of it back to the?
No.
Or you want to just?
I'll just put it up.
Hey, there was a piece missing to this one.
Yeah.
Give me my money back.
Hey, this came and this piece was missing. Okay. I do have a company exchange. I ordered a turn signal switch for my scooter. And he took the whole dashboard off of it, my neighbor. And it turned out to be something completely different. This is a wheel lock switch for an MP3. I don't have an MP3, I have a Vespa. The MP3 is a 3-wheel, 150cc 3-wheel scooter. And I may have gotten the replacement in the mail. Hold on a second.
I hate that when they send the wrong fucking pot.
Yeah.
Because you sit there waiting for it to get there. What? You know what I did, Tom? I'm building a mini bike down the shop. I bought 2 brand new tubes. So I put one of them together, no problem. I go to put the other one in, I put the tube in, and I go to fight to get the fucking tire on.
Yeah.
Try to air it up. When you know, I pinched the tube and fucking put a hole in it.
Ah, damn.
Brand new fucking tube. Now I gotta get the tire off, get the tube out,
You're
patch the
kidding me.
hole, put it back. Hope I don't. Oh man. Fuck.
Yeah, but he took that whole, my neighbor was helping me with it more than anything. I knew how to do it, but I had a little tiny screw that it didn't want to drop down in the daggone thing and never be able to find it again. But we both made the same mistake. We didn't realize that they sent the wrong one until we had the thing halfway apart. And they did say they shipped it, but I'm waiting to see if I get the right switch before I send this one back.
Yeah.
Because I hope I don't have to send both of them back. But man. And this company's a really good company, but the guy screws up sometimes. He will screw up every now and then. I got somebody waiting to come on the show.
Uh-oh.
What up?
Well.
Well.
I was just checking the mail to see if a part came in.
I just showed up, man.
Uh-huh.
Come on,
I'm sure you had a sleep.
man.
BBC thinks he's Elvis Presley now. Oh.
I don't know about all that, brother.
Just
I don't
fucking
know
with you.
about
What's
all
up,
that.
Jimmy? What are you
I'm just
doing?
sitting here enjoying the first THC vape I've ever
Vape?
owned.
Vape.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
THC.
the company I work for makes those fucking things, and it's not even legal in North Carolina. And we make
That
them.
is.
Uh-huh.
But we go
Uh-huh.
through the federal government, and they're
Yeah.
considered.
Yeah, this shit got cooked down into an oil, you know. Uh-huh.
That's what we make, manufacture. The only thing we don't add is the oil.
Uh-huh.
We can't put the oil in it, but we do all the packaging and everything, and it's all really fancy.
All I'm saying is a buddy sent me the oil, and I didn't have the thingamajig to get it to put the cartridge in, you know.
But it has the only thing that's missing is the little cartridge. We do all the packaging.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Company. We do a lot of specialty work for a lot of companies, and we get a lot of bullshit. We're doing a thing for Amazon right now that seems to be really successful. You know, those spray bottles that janitors carry? That have cleaners in them. Well, you know, you go on Amazon and they're like $18 for like 4 of these bottles. Well, they are made out of a real heavy gauge plastic. If you drop one of these bottles on a concrete floor, it would bounce about 6 feet. But you go to your Family Dollar, and get them for $2 a piece. Well, you're getting something that's like real thin.
Yeah, and they're cheap. Yeah.
But for a commercial setting, they're paying like $20, and they're selling like hotcakes. These spray bottles. That's the big thing right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can lock into a contract with a bunch of companies that use them often, you're all set, you know?
Uh-huh.
Well, we bought a company that went out of business out in Kansas.
We use them.
That did all
We
this
use
shit.
them a lot in the auto detailing business. We use those.
Oh yeah, and you know that's the thing. They all fall the fuck apart though. They never last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About them, you know. Like fuck, man. You always need a new one.
Well, Tom would be happy to know we've been doing those flavored chips that people were putting through their smokers or through their.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and search for smoker chips, pellets.
Yeah.
Take that back. Pellets. They're on there, and we make them. And, you know, it's amazing. You're kind of proud of seeing your fruits of your labor online. You know.
Yeah.
You totally seen
Well,
the fruits?
I used to love driving by buildings that I had freaking something to do with the construction of building them. I'll admit something like
Yeah,
that.
I
You know?
still do that today. Every time
Shit, I
drive
couldn't
by,
drive down the strip without looking at looking.
Right.
Jesus, I did so much work down there.
Mm-hmm. You know, driving by that porch that no one said you were smart enough to fucking fix.
Yeah.
And it's still there. Fucking ain't nothing changed. Yeah. Oh.
We know my mother had to tear her garage down because of a hurricane. And there was a fence that we built out of crates that parts were shipped in for. This will date it. Datsun. They had a Datsun parts depot where my mother lives, about a mile away. And we would go by and they would be throwing crates away and these crates would be made out of oak, mahogany.
Yeah.
And that fence has been there for 50 years. That fence was there 40 years later.
I did the same thing, Dave. When I was younger, I made my grandchildren toy boxes. All the grandchildren got toy boxes with a posted tops and everything, big ones.
Yeah.
For Christmas one year, and that's how I made them out of crates. This shipping company that ship big machines. They just take the crates apart and put it outside free.
Yeah.
And I just collect them, and they were oak and mahogany and redwood.
Yeah,
and
the same thing. Yeah.
really nice wood. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even think about it, and it's free. It's just sitting there. I mean, you got to pull out the nails. You got to break it, break it up. And
but it's free, man.
It's free.
And today, freaking, you're lucky to get that shit free now.
Right?
You know, people.
Well, they figured out a way to recycle the stuff now. They're not just throwing that stuff out.
Well, actually, they do still give it away free in some places.
Yeah, in some
You
places
definitely-
they do.
You can definitely still go get it, but just the cost of lumber these days is ridiculous. You know,
Exactly.
like fuck.
Cost of anything, everything went up.
Everything's gone up.
So whenever you go to try and get some of that stuff someone's got out for free pallets, you better get there quick. You know,
Fucking
Yeah.
right.
they ain't
Well,
lasting.
they were going for $2 a piece. I'm sure the price of a pallet has gone up to like $4 now. I've worked at several locations where they had a person on staff. All he did was rebuild pallets. He remade pallets.
Oh yeah,
What the heck?
someone's blowing up.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Oh, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
Hollywood.
Hey, Dave, I'm going to take off. I got to get
All
back
right.
on the council.
Oh,
Time to put
Hollywood.
another coat of wax on it.
Yeah, well, not yet, but we're going to work on it.
All right.
All right.
Glad you came up.
Hey, Dizzy,
Yeah,
Jimmy, you guys have a good one. Later.
You'd be good.
later.
Peace.
Uh-huh. So what's Sally doing?
Oh, I don't know. He just called me a loser.
Oh yeah.
This is the latest addition to the family.
That's
This was made by a company called Olin, and they are famous for the Q-beam. You remember ads for the Q-beam, which was 1,000,000 candle power lamp.
Right on. Hazelwood. Uh-oh. Says insisted on Main Street.
Oh, the comments gets a little.
I heard one of my videos got somebody in trouble the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Someone were not doing their gig.
Yeah, and they're on administrative leave.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Ooh.
Oops.
Your
They-
video got
What?
somebody
Because they were fucking off during a fire.
Well, I actually went back and watched the video and tried to listen to it,
Yeah.
but I didn't hear what went wrong. But
Oh okay.
the lieutenant from Engine 12, which you do hear across the thing a few different times,
Yeah.
he was the one who got in trouble. So, I mean, I don't know if they were telling him to do something and he was doing something else, or he didn't do something. I don't know what it exactly was, but I did hear he got in trouble and he's on administrative leave because of my video. I was told this. They had a firefighter meeting, and the chief Lavoie came in there, and the first thing he said was he put his hand on the table, down on the table, and he says, "Has everybody watched you Dizzy's last video?" And he made him watch it 1,000 times My video got 8,000 views. So obviously they did something wrong.
So he's making a point. He's making it loud and clear.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not involved in those meetings, so I don't get to hear.
Yeah, you don't know what went.
Yeah, but I do hear through the grapevine, yo, hey, that was a good video you put up the other day. This, everybody's talking about it, if you know what I mean.
Which one was that? Was that the
Alpine Street?
Yeah, I think I just watched that.
Coming out the third floor. It was out in 10 minutes. Like 20 minutes. They were cleaning up,
Yeah.
But somebody did something wrong, and they're going to be held accountable. And I think that's
something
a lot of
technical, or was they doing something they weren't like obscene or something like that? I didn't see the video.
No, he was given a task, and I think then at a certain point they told him to do something else, and he didn't. He was continuing to finish that task. When that's not what you were told. You were told to do this,
Yeah.
So, I mean, and not to us, not to anybody watching the video. We don't know.
Yeah.
But they know what happened, and so, I mean, and this is the thing. Everybody thinks I'm a fire buff and I'm chasing fires. And let me tell you, I hate fire. I don't chase fires. It's not about that. It's about just what I did. Trying to find something wrong so they can fix it next time.
Yeah.
We don't need to lose another firefighter or any of the public, I mean, they rescue a lot of people, a lot of pets and everything else, and they do great work, and that's why I'm proud I get to video them, because not everybody gets to do what I do, actually what I do, nobody gets to do. I've seen one YouTuber get close like I do, one person, and he's in New York, Manhattan. And he's a good friend of mine, But to get in with a brotherhood like that, when you're not one, it's not easy. You've got to impress all of them, not just one or two of them. You know what I mean? You've got to do the right thing consistently all the time. Never, getting in the way. Never. And look at how close I get now. Now I'm in the fucking I'm on the, so huge upgrade.
Hey, they hooked you up with a radio. You can't talk back to them, but they talk.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No,
They didn't?
I bought the first radio.
Oh, I thought someone hooked you up with that one.
No, hold on. Lumpy helped me out with the first radio, and then I bought another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he programmed it for me, and
that must have been what it was.
Yeah, Lumpy is awesome. What a good guy. Because I was using the phone app, but it's a whole minute behind. And what I'm doing is so important. I need the radio to coincide with what I'm videoing. So when I'm holding the camera, you want to hear the same moment.
Yeah.
And I was praised for buying that speaker that I have on, because now I'm holding the phone here. The speaker's here. You hear it as clear as day.
Yeah.
You know, awesome. Even when there's a truck beside me, or no matter what's going on, you hear what they're saying. And I have been given some advice to not talk. Don't talk during the video until the end. If I got something to say, because I may try to say something when something's coming over, and that could be that, So I mean, I never thought of it that way, but I'm learning as I go too.
Yeah, you might talk a little bit at the beginning of the video and at the end, but the rest of it, you just let the radio do the talking.
I had a firefighter's wife tell me,
Learn how to do over. You know how to do a fucking over voiceovers, man. Yeah. Just do the voiceovers.
Yeah. But I had a firefighter's wife tell me on the phone last night that, first of all, her husband's career firefighter going to retire at the end of this year. But he's got 2 sons that are firefighters. And she told me that she fucking loves what I do. And she's like, you Dizzy, don't ever stop. She goes, because I watch my sons and my husband at work and I worry about them constantly. And I mean, that's a whole nother aspect of it that I never even thought, you know, like there's wives at home watching these videos saying, that's my man. That's it, you know, that's my dad, or whatever it may be, my brother, my cousin, you know, and how cool is that? I'm the one that gets to do that, you know, pretty cool.
That is cool.
You know,
what the fuck happened to that building? The wind take that siding off of it?
Where?
I was the Scooter Fire, over by the Scooter Fire, across from the parking lot. The big gray building. Like half the fucking siding's missing out of it.
The wind did that. Got underneath, ripped it off. That street right there is like a wind tunnel, especially in that parking lot. Yeah.
I know cities get that.
I'm curious, how did the scooter catch on fire? Did they pour gas on the battery or something?
I'm not sure, but this is how I got the call. There was no call. I looked out my window. I was sitting right here, and I looked out, and I see some fucking white smoke going up. And then all of a sudden, I seen this black smoke mixed in with, and I was like, Tina, let's roll. There's a fire right there. She's like, I didn't hear no call. There was no call. I was like, let's go. We hopped in the truck, and we got there before them, and they're right next door. That's how badass we are. And the safety chief looked at me. He goes, how'd you get the call? I said, I didn't. I seen it out my window and just arrived.
Well, see, they have this controversy going on here. We're not allowed to keep a scooter inside the building that has apartments in it. And even the manager said, oh, well, you can keep your scooter inside the building. Now, the controversy is that there's a little metal garden shed outside here that nobody ever uses. One of the conditions for me to stay here is that I could keep my scooter in that shed. And they said, oh, well, why don't you keep it in the basement? And I said, well, the former landlord said that we're not allowed to do that because of fire codes. And I see why, because I guess it spontaneously caught on fire. So I'm keeping it in a neighbor's garage for right now.
There was 7 kids riding that that scooter around in that parking lot all afternoon. It must have got hot and something melted. Because there were 7 little kids playing on that. That's what, and they all caught on fire. They all split, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like gasoline got down on something electrical or got down on something.
I think maybe the rubber hose to the gas tank maybe got so warm, it got soft, and some dripped on the exhaust and poof. But there was
there'd have to be a lot of gasoline because those scooters have a pressure. They have a gas,
or it could have been stolen, and they didn't want their fingerprints on it when they were done.
Well, they have what they call a vacuum petcock in it. So there are 2 lines. There's one line going to the petcock from the engine, so it gets the vacuum. Then it opens the petcock and lets the fuel go through. So that reduces the risk of fuel ever leaking out of there to start with. So I don't know. That's a complete mystery how that scooter just caught on fire like that.
Well, it totally burned. It was in flames.
I know. I saw it. The frame, it was all the way down to the frame. Everything that was flammable on that thing was gone.
To be honest, I think about it now. I should have pulled out my fire extinguisher and had Tina film me putting it out. As the trucks arrived, Dizzy's over there. I got it, boy.
To do it. Get it out before they get there. And they go, you did a good job.
I was thinking, yo, you Dizzy's on the scene first. I was all excited.
Yeah. But I know somebody around here in my area in North Carolina, they I don't remember any of the details about it, but it was some kind of a commercial setting, and they kept a generator in there for, you know, a backup generator. And they had it in there for years. And then for one reason or another, they got their fire inspection, and the fire department said, "Oh, well, how long has this been here?" You know, and they said, "Oh, we've had this here for years." And they said, "Oh, well, you're not allowed to keep that in there anymore."
Mm-hmm.
So what they had to do was put it outside and building,
Yeah.
and make it isolated from the interior building. So they had to move that.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. You don't really want to sell it. You don't want to store a gasoline generator in the basement. You know, freaking
No,
full of gas.
You don't want to. Yeah.
It's not really what you want to do.
That's my
You dizzle. That
Wow.
fucking that Alpine Street video, that's up to 9,000 views.
Tom told you.
Mm-hmm.
They were made to watch it in the meeting 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Something went wrong. Something that I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the video all the way through today, and I didn't see nothing wrong. But
9,000 times. What the heck did they do?
Well, 1,000. It's got 9,000 views. He said they viewed it 1,000 times. In other words,
Yeah.
they keep replaying. They
kept
probably
playing
just
it
keep
back and back,
replaying
yeah.
the bad parts.
yeah,
It is a 20-minute video.
Well, I hate it for the guy that got.
I don't care. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Fucking watch it more, please. Yeah. That's true Hollywood.
Oh, did Hollywood show up?
No. He's the one calling me.
I know. I assumed.
You have to get 10,000 views on one video for it to be considered Hollywood. Just kidding.
I'm at 9,000 on my next to last one. I mean, 10,000. I got videos with millions of views, Dave.
It's probably those out your window in your living room of people
Yep,
getting
those
stuff.
ones are the best sellers. The snow videos.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
I don't mean to brag, but I have stood at the UDizzy window and a domestic case take place right outside.
Yeah,
So they
I
had to
did.
call the cops. I'll be right
As
back.
Dave's sitting next to me in a big cloud of weed, fucking there's a domestic going on outside.
So,
Welcome to the city.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that guy's gonna like me anymore, whoever he was, but
Well,
it's not. I didn't do nothing wrong. He did. You know?
uh-huh.
No, I feel safe. 3 floors up, what can happen to you? 3 floors, and then the 4th floor, because you got a basement level underneath that.
Yeah. I'm in the penthouse. I love it.
Yeah.
Just for my birthday was July 28th. That morning I woke up with kidney stones. Oh my God. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my goodness, Dizzy, I'm sorry for your birthday. Good. It's
It
great.
was terrible. And actually at that fire, that Alpine Street fire, I was suffering then. Like I was hobbling around doing it, you know.
Yeah, well, people get symptoms, you know.
Yeah. It was terrible. I'm not even sure I passed them yet. But
All I can say is knock on wood. I haven't had to deal with nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm knocking on, this is wood here. Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
but I try to take care of my kidneys, you know. I drink coffee, I drink plenty of water. And they actually say beer is good.
A lot.
Not an excessive amount of beer, but a little bit of beer.
I'm not sure the coffee's all that good, but cranberry juice is very good.
Mhm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, keep that calcium at, is it calcium or is it uric acid that causes kidney stones?
I'm not sure.
Well, the stones are calcifications usually, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like
It's
the what?
calcium. It's stuff that calcifies in your intestines, right?
Well, your kidneys,
Drinking too much sodium.
your kidneys create sodium. If your body, I went through this thing with my doctor last year after I had my physical. This was right in the middle of COVID, and my doctor's office started a policy where you couldn't come into the office to have a lab done. They had to come out to the car. And I kept trying to explain to him, well, I don't drive, I don't see, so can't just show up in a car. I have to come in the office. And I said, have the doctor call me. I want to talk to the doctor. And this doctor's been the doctor I've been seeing for 15 years. And Dr. Moyer said, I'm sorry, but that's the way we do it. We need to get that blood test. It's that important. And I went to the doctor and got it. He said my sodium was too low. So he took me off of a medication. He had me on a diuretic, which is a common one they put a lot of people on. He took me off the diuretic, put me on a different med. I went back for the retest. The test came back okay. But then like 3 months later, I was on Google. I was on Dr. Google, and they were talking about a low sodium level in your body and how your kidneys make sodium. And it's like, I could have died. I could have slowly degraded myself. And I told Dr. Moyer, well, I've been thirsty a lot. I've been drinking a lot of water. And he said, oh, well, that's why. So your kidneys make sodium.
Make it. Well, Dave, I'm off like a prom dress.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
think I'm
fun.
going to end this. We're at almost 6:30 now.
I got to run to the shop and let a plumber in.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to shut this down. We were talking about starting at 4:30. What do you guys think?
Whatever good for you is good, dude.
Yeah, man.
Usually Tom's on, doing his chores or stuff anyway. So we're going to try it. See what happens.
There you go.
Be good.
Do it when
Jimmy
you.
later.
Peace, man.
Next week, 4:30.
All right.
See you later. Yeah.